how the sun and the moon rises, sets, their size, and their strength. First up is their size. For this, we go back to the first book of Enoch, chapter 78, where just below in the first few sentences, we see their actual names. And in the last sentence we read, these are the two great luminaries, referring to the sun and the moon. And continuing back up on the next page, it says their circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, singular, which we learned about in my firmament series. And the size of the circumference of both is alike. They are the same size, just like this. Now let's learn about their strength. And in the next sentence it says, in the circumference of the sun there are 7 portions of light, which means its strength. That's why in the beginning of the day the sun is not as strong as it is at noontime, and nor the same at sunset, which are added to it more than the moon. So its strength is stronger than the moon. I think we know that. Last but not least, their operation. Now, there are a few scriptures that speak on this, but I particularly like the one in Ecclesiastes. Okay, we're going to read 5, 6, and 7 really fast because they're just so juicy. Okay, it says, the sun rises and sets and hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning to its course, the lanes. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. Okay, so now the fun part. But here we go. Last line. There is nothing new under the sun. Now remember, God's word is always accurate and true. Now to see what the rising and setting look like, let's go to my trusty dry erase board. Okay, here we go. Now don't clown on my drawing because it is what it is. Now this is the side view of what the biblical earth would look like, with the blue being the ice wall that goes around the earth, and then the sun and moon are inside the dome, going around in a circuit over the landmass. And in this picture, remember when I talked about the sun's intensity? So when it rises, it's not as hot as it is when it's midday. And then as it starts to set, it also decreases in intensity. So this is what it would look like arcing, because we see that visibly. And this is what it would look like in its lane. So this is the top view. These are the lanes. There's a lot more I showed you on the other video. And this is how it would be jumping. Now there's continents underneath this, but I'm not even going to try to draw that. It would be arcing, 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 arcing. And a side view from the horizon, it would rise, set, rise, set, rise, set. You get it. And that's it. So the next time someone asks, you can tell them,